Shares of Intel moving higher on a report that the Trump administration's in talks to take a stake in the chip maker. Joining us right now to try to make some sense of this is Gil Luria, is the head of technology research at D.A. Davidson. How do you feel about this, sir?
It's essential. Let's not forget what Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg are talking about when they talk about superintelligence is the next wave of nuclear proliferation. This is something we cannot afford to lose. And we already have the best models here, right? We have OpenAI, Anthropic, Google. They have the best models. We have the best chip design in the US with NVIDIA. But the ability to make chips, we're currently relying on a Korean company and a Taiwanese company. That's untenable. In the nuclear equivalency here, we're talking about the shell casings. We can't rely on somebody else making shell casings for our nuclear arsenal. We have to get it right. Intel has had many opportunities over decades to get it right, and it hasn't. So we need to intervene. The government's going to come in, and it's going to give Intel unfair advantages. And if it's going to do that, it wants a piece of the business. We're all capitalists. We don't want government to intervene and own private enterprise. But this is national security. And had Intel gotten this right, like OpenAI and NVIDIA have, we wouldn't be in this situation. But Intel continues to falter with all the support that it's gotten. So there needs to be more intervention. That's what's happening.
Amen, Gil.
Okay.
Amen, Gil.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's my question.
We can just end the interview and the show.
By the way, I'm fine with it, but I'm fine with it under this question. What do you do about all the other shareholders that you're bailing out? How do you feel about that?
We've done this in the past, right? We did this after the financial crisis. We had to manage keeping banks afloat, the too big to fail banks afloat. The government took a piece of the business and then tried to help the rest of the shareholders. And where it did, those shareholders benefited right alongside the government. We took a piece of that business, and we're going to do that now. And we actually have a vehicle to do that with our emerging sovereign wealth fund. We also invested in MP Materials. Same reason. Strategic resource for making sure that we win. This is, again, I mentioned what Mark Zuckerberg and Sam Altman are talking about. I'm not sure everybody's on the same page as they are, but they have very high conviction that these tools are not only going to get incredibly capable, they're going to get there very fast. We don't have time to consider other Intel shareholders as the primary concern here right now. The primary concern is national security, and that's what we're seeing.
Do you think there's a construct at which you could, I want to say, penalize Intel shareholders but not benefit them?
That could happen. Obviously, we're going to dilute them in the short term, but longer term, again, with government intervention, they're not just going to get the government owning a piece, they're going to get an unfair advantage. The government is going to protect Intel vis-a-vis Samsung and TSMC going forward. It's going to advantage them. It's going to subsidize them. So there's more upside than downside to Intel shareholders. That's why the stock was up last night, and that's why it's going to be up today, is because they will get that unfair advantage. Shell casings for nuclear weapons. This isn't something we can mess around with.